part 2 of our 2019 most anticipated games. We are looking forward to this year, even if the quality and quantity of stuff coming out is a little bit less than we expected.
2019
to 2019. So yeah, we're going to get into our 2019 top 5 for each of us. Games that we're looking forward to. We're not going to say if they're going to be great, just that we're excited for them. And we hope that they will be great.
I might be excited for some of them.
We will do a shot of Ectocooler.
Ectoplasm.
No, this is actually
It's like
apple rum.
Spice
rum.
here.
It's pretty good.
It's alright.
There's something to it. Maybe it's the rum.
I'm not a green apple guy though.
I'm not a rum guy.
Ooh. Well,
You're the one that told us it was awesome. You're guys, this is the best thing
I
I've
had
ever
a
had.
tinier
The best.
taster. Maybe I didn't taste the rum as much in the taster.
Maybe because did you have it in the fridge?
No, it was there sampling it at the store.
Could maybe not be cool. Could be the part. So we'll introduce ourselves. I'm your host, LewisLightning. Over on my left, your right, for the people at home,
Steve.
CountryBoy.
and over on my right, your left.
MussKeg.
And you know what? To start things off, we're going to start with CountryBoy and his
Number
top
1.
5 list.
Top 5 most anticipated games of 2019. Here we go. Rolling them off here, guys.
By the Gregorian calendar, anyways.
Alright. So, for number 4 and 5, I kind of had to stretch and think about things. I don't know if I'm really that excited about them, but I'll start with the new Doom game that's going to come out, called Doom Eternal, I believe it is.
Ooh.
Because the more previous game, Doom was like a remake of like the original sort of Doom series, and it's set on Mars, and they open up the gates of hell. I never actually played it yet. I haven't.
I was just saying, I thought you got it recently.
I haven't played it yet. I really want to get into it, but I heard that this one is like it's set on Earth now, and it's like all the fucking demons and shit are on Earth, and they're like just everything's destroyed. I think it's post-apocalyptic, I believe. So it's on my list.
It's a Doom game though. It'll be just
it's gonna be running, gunning, shooting, fun. It's just gonna be stupid mayhem.
Yeah.
So it looks like it should be fun. It's like anything like the other Doom games, right?
Bethesda games are usually quality, which this is. So
yeah, exactly. So that's my number 5. My number 4, which I'm not even sure if it's coming out this coming year. We finally saw gameplay for it at E3 this 2018. Ghost of Tsushima. I'm kind of looking forward to it, mainly because of the developers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Sucker Punch, they have a good track record.
Yeah.
You know, they made like the Sly Cooper series. They made the Infamous series.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have a good track record of games.
I contemplated that one. It's not on my list. When I saw the gameplay, that's kind of what really made me. It seems slower paced.
Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be like any superpowers that you get, or if it's gonna be you're just a samurai.
It kind of reminded me in a way of For Honor, where the sword play, like how you used your sword.
Oh.
Like, you had to worry about that.
That was interesting. I liked how they did that, the fight with.
But well, I don't know. To me, that's too slow. I like more like we talk Infamous.
Infamous.
It was more fast paced. Just hit a button, you're hitting the guy. You don't have to really worry about how you hit him. And from the gameplay trailer they showed, that's what it seemed like when he was fighting people. It was like, I'm gonna do a slash like this or a quick poke or.
Visually, the gameplay we saw looked really nice. Like,
Yes.
You see like those leaves flying by in the background. Things are starting on fire. It was like flower petals flying by.
Yeah.
Things are starting on fire. You're just fighting this chick. And you're like, this is visually beautiful. I just don't know if the gameplay is gonna hold up.
Yeah.
But that's number 4 for me.
And I'm wondering if there's any supernatural elements. That trailer showed nothing.
Yeah, I know. Like the original trailer they showed, thought it made it look like it was, but that might have just been like just to make it kind of
look cool.
Yeah, it's just whatever. So I'm actually excited for the next 3 for sure though. Number 3, Days Gone. Now this is a game that's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. It's a zombie game. They're running really fast, and you gotta just survive basically.
And there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks really interesting because it's kind of like World War Z-esque, but post-apocalyptic, and you just mowing down zombies, and I think you can like set up traps.
Yeah, so it'd be creative for the environments to set these ways to take the zombies down.
It's just, it's a developer that's never made like a console game. They've always made like PSP and PS Vita games. which...
You know what? From what I've seen, they're putting in the work at least.
Yes,
I'm just quality there.
Concerned with the pushbacks that they've had. You know, like that can be a bad sign.
Yeah.
I heard someone say, you got to take it into account. Someone's like, that main character, he's very like 2000s kind of guy, backwards hat, biker jacket. So like, I want to see more of his character develop. That's all we've got so far.
Yeah, there's not really much story-wise that we've learned.
Yeah.
And then number 2, I'll say, is a game that is from a developer I've never played, from BioWare, Anthem, the game.
Yeah.
Anthem. I know you guys are looking forward to Anthem.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. It looks like what Destiny should have been.
Mech suits in general are cool.
Mech suits, you get different variations of the mech
classes
suits.
of mech suits.
The only concern I have is just I hope it's properly done. In the sense, what you say that for everything. But what I mean to say is, like, Mass Effect's last big, BioWare's last big release, Mass Effect Andromeda, was actually a good game story-wise. I thought it was
okay. I know last time I talked about it.
A lot of people didn't like it, and there were lots of flaws. And this is the one that I'm hoping that there isn't in Anthem. Is the glitches. Andromeda was a very glitchy game. And I'm really hoping that they don't do that with Anthem, because these types of games are all about the visuals and the interactions more so than the story a lot of times.
Last time I talked to you about Andromeda, you were on the fence about it. So I'm glad to hear that you kind of more enjoyed it. But I'll just add, what I heard was that their A team was working on Anthem while their B team was working on Andromeda, which may account for why Andromeda was a little more glitchy.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say this, BioWare's had, Andromeda wasn't a great launch kind of thing. You want to make sure that the studios you like have some hits, because that's how you start seeing things disappear and everything like that.
Waiting for Dragon Age next year.
Yeah, Dragon Age. I don't think Dragon Age. I thought it was awesome. I don't know why it didn't seem to have the hit that they were expecting. Although it was like Game of the Year and everything. But
did very well. I mean, I'll say this: I'm not an RPG guy, but. From what I've seen, it doesn't look to have too much RPG.
You like Destiny, right? I mean,
yes, there are certain levels that I can deal with, but if it's like too in depth, I don't care for it. But what I do like about it is that I know you guys are gonna get it, and it looks like it's an online, you play with your buddies type of game. You play, and you guys can go on missions. Just drop in, drop out. That really appeals to me. That sounds awesome. That's what I'm excited for. That's the reason why I would get this game. And then number 1 for me is, I think it's coming out next year, Last of Us 2. Didn't come out in 2018 like I was hoping for. But they had gameplay for it finally. I'm assuming it's going to be like a end of the year release, like November. Usually is a November release for Naughty Dog. Most of them have been. And
the first one was Game of the Year, right?
Fuck yeah, it was Game of the Year. It was a great game.
It's funny, I was thinking about Last of Us 2, and then it got me thinking about Last of Us. And I'm just nervous to play these scary games again, because Last of Us was a scary game, okay?
It was, I would say, scary. I wasn't like,
scary. I think it was an emotionally charged game.
Emotional.
Where I was I was more scared of making the wrong decision to do something.
I was scared when I was trying to start that fucking generator up. And
the big fucking boomer or whatever.
You can hear them running through the hallway trying to find where you are.
In the dark there.
No, sorry.
But I mean,
tense. It's the tense series.
I don't think it's gonna live up to the first game, but I do think it's gonna be an amazing game because Naughty Dog knows how to do storytelling.
I don't know though. They look at how Uncharted.
The first game was so good.
Uncharted 2 was
Uncharted 2.
They have proven able to follow up on games.
Yeah. I just think, but I didn't think Uncharted 1 was amazing. I thought it was a good game. It was great.
I was really good.
Uncharted 2 blew it out of the water. Whereas I think Last of Us was an amazing game right off the bat. Brilliant game. I don't think it can top it. That's what I'm saying.
I'd have to see what came out the same year as the first Uncharted to say, was it a Game of the Year or not? Because it depends on the other games.
I loved Uncharted, but I don't think it was. It probably wasn't Game of the Year for me.
Okay.
But anyways, number 1, like I said, Last of Us 2.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll with that because as far as my list goes, The Last of Us Chapter 2 is my number 5 of the year. I just haven't seen anything to get me excited. I like the world. Naughty Dog is quality.
It's because Ellie's a lesbian, that's why he doesn't.
That doesn't matter to me. That
real rug muncher.
That's all they've shown. That's my problem. They show Ellie kissing a girl. I'm like, but what are we doing in the game?
You've seen gameplay.
Yeah, I know. But you could say any game we're shooting someone, but what are we doing in the world? Like the first one, Ellie was a potential cure for this
Yes.
or immunity, whatever.
Yes.
For all
What
this.
is your drive?
Well,
for
what is
this?
the drive?
What is the story?
I have
Big
nothing
story
for the
arc?
story. Oh, there's this weird cult guy. Okay, well we had the
I don't need
hunters.
that. What is the story
I
for
would be surprised
Anthem?
if there's maybe another search for a cure, or maybe there's rumors.
My-
or something.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the story for Anthem? And that's probably going to be one of your top numbers.
If you're going to be talking about
Like,
what
that's
gets
what
me
I'm
excited for the game,
Yeah.
good gameplay I think is a given that any game should have.
Yes.
I want to see what else is to be offered, what makes this game unique, and this is just like the first Last of Us so far, from what I've seen, minus the story, because I don't know nothing about it at this point. Ellie's a lesbian, big whoop.
But you've also seen like teases of like that chick getting strangled, and then they bow and arrow comes and kills the fucking
Yeah.
guy, and then she strangles whatever. You've seen other bits of it. You've seen her playing the guitar with like Joel in the window, or maybe like the spear.
But is that why you buy a game? Because someone played guitar? Some of
No,
that's
because of the atmosphere.
Here's my only concern with
It's
Last
the
of Us 2.
atmosphere.
The atmosphere
that
that
sold
keeps-
me on.
I'm
That's
really hoping The Last of Us 2 doesn't, like, Joel's the main character in The Last of Us story.
Yeah.
Not Ellie for me.
No.
I know she's kind
It's
of
like
You
So-
play as him
so
for
60-30.
99%.
60-30.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not wanting this big, like, there's guaranteed going to be parts where he plays Ellie. It's the big new thing is having,
I would
it's like in Spider-Man when you had to do Miles stuff.
Miles. I would think this game's probably mostly Ellie.
Oh yeah.
That sucks.
Why does that suck?
I think.
Why does that? I have no
I
issue
love
with
Joel
that
is my
whatsoever.
favorite character.
He was.
I loved him too, but I have no issue.
So
with
I want
being
more
Ellie.
of my main. Of the
Ellie was
character
the
I like.
comic relief in
Okay.
the first one
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's on my list for my.
I'm just saying, how can
I'm
you
just
like
not
Ellie
as
more than Joel?
Who likes her more than Joe? Nobody said that.
You basically said that
No,
by defending.
I said
playing
I'm
the
good either way.
But I like to
That's
see
me.
where
I also
this,
said it's not going to top the first game.
where is this going. That's what I want to know. You're talking about the atmosphere. It's the same world, so it's the same atmosphere.
Yeah, which
we know
is
that.
why I'm glad that it still feels like The Last of Us.
I
That's
just
what sells it for me.
everything's the same at this
It's gonna
point.
be
I want to
giraffes.
know what's bringing it above.
Giraffes.
Number 4 pick. Cause we gotta get off this already.
Yeah, touche. Yeah,
Uh,
too much.
You know, I think CountryBoy touched on it, maybe in this episode or the previous one. There's not a whole lot of stuff that I'm really interested in. Like, interesting games in general for 2019.
Yeah.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is another one. Like my last year, I picked Cuphead. This is like an Xbox PC game that I'm interested in. I recently bought Ori and the Blind Forest
Oh, for
on my
PC?
PC,
Okay.
but I haven't played it yet. This one, like I loved Ori and the Blind Forest trailers and stuff that I
It's
saw.
a beautiful looking game.
So I want to get into that. So I'm hoping to play it sometime after I finish the original. You know, interesting, a forest, mythology, like whatever mythology they got looks interesting. Backstory. Can't say much more on it than that because I haven't played the first, but looks interesting. My number 3, CountryBoy mentioned it, Days Gone. More ex-
Zombies. Fast
more,
zombies.
more excited over Last of Us Chapter 2 just because it's different. Like, it's a whole lot of zombies, different atmosphere, and I'm hoping it's quality.
It's got too many delays for me to have confidence in.
That's the big issue.
thing.
It would be higher up if it had more. And again, more story.
I think you guys have had Days Gone on your list for the past 2 years.
Last year I know I did.
I had this last year, but not the year before.
Oh no? Okay.
And then, so I can move on to that. My number 2 pick, Division 2.
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys didn't play it, and I wish you guys would have, because like John was saying with Anthem,
It did not interest me at all.
the big,
Not gonna lie.
the big,
I probably was, but it was something else was out at the time. There was, I think Destiny was out and it was taken.
Yeah,
out at that
Destiny
time.
was a big thing.
Yeah.
but the big draw of like Anthem, Destiny, stuff like that is playing with your friends.
Yeah.
I played through all of Division by myself, which I enjoyed it. But I was like, man, it'd be really good if I had, you know, someone on my wing here.
I didn't get its appeal. I had no idea why people were so excited for this game.
I played a lot of tactical shooters like Rainbow Six and stuff, so I was into that first of all. I haven't seen. I don't know. Is there a trailer for Division 2, like an actual gameplay one?
I don't think so.
I don't know what.
No, there might have been. There might have been something at E3.
I don't know what innovates it.
I
over the
haven't
others.
been watching that game at all though because
Yeah.
I couldn't give a shit.
So I'm probably still gonna get that one. I hope to see more and more interesting stuff about it. My number 1, Anthem. Looking forward to that. I think like we're already talking.
Exoskeleton.
But I don't know what the
Exoskeleton.
story is
Yeah.
though. What's the story?
What was
I'm
the story
just
for
fucking- I'm just
Destiny?
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, it's.
I'm kidding because he doesn't know what the story is for fucking Last of Us and he ripped on it for so much.
Yeah, but but it's Bioware.
'Cause it's a sequel.
and it's a Bioware thing,
I know.
right? So.
But Anthem, we're already talking about like what suits are we all gonna be? Like, oh man, it's,
I like. Well,
I have no
think
idea.
the one thing is I don't think you have all suits available at the start. I think you have to start as one and
Yeah,
then.
you think so?
well, Yeah, I believe it'll probably start as like the hunter. I think is the
Whatever
base.
the middle.
See, what I'm
class.
most excited for is the big tank one, though. I always love playing that character style.
Brute.
So,
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. BioWare, me and MussKeg have been on board for years. Quality studio from what I've seen. Even their worst
Their
games.
stories are good. That's my favorite part about BioWare.
Even their worst games, I haven't been wholly disappointed on. It was just like, oh, you could have done better, but this is still a fun game. I've never hated it. I do hope that they pick up, like, Destiny was almost the perfect kind of multiplayer game for me. But, like, then the story, like, not the story, but, like...
Yeah, Destiny was a lot of grinding and
Yeah, you got
repetition.
It was like you got to the end of the story, whatever you want to call it, the end of the game, and then it was just repetition after that.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they can do something better with it.
I mean, the best part about Destiny were the raids, right?
Absolutely.
But they were still time commitments.
Oh,
you know?
it was so great.
Because you had to do all the grinding to get to a raid.
6 people, and then everybody has like a job. I just like,
I remember the first time John and I went on one of these raids, we kept fucking dying all the time.
Well, you fell off the end of the
I kept
level,
falling
and you
off.
didn't say nothing. You texted me. I didn't want to tell anybody it was me.
Tell anybody.
Because we had to start over. Who the fuck died? Who the fuck?
I don't know what happened, man.
Text me. I didn't want to tell them it was me.
But I'm sure since we all seem on board with this game, we all will be playing it.
Yeah.
So you can probably check us out on MussKeg's Twitch, my Twitch, his Twitch,
Absolutely.
the Wasted
Our
Opinions Twitch. It's going to be on there.
Yeah.
So it'll be a great game to explore together.
Yeah.
MussKeg, you're top 5.
I have a question to ask you guys before my top 5 because
No.
I just thought of one now. You remember there was that game we talked about where you could shoot like rockets onto something and get them to spin around? It was I was confusing it with I was
Is it a shooter? A first-person shooter?
No, it's a third person, and I was confusing it with Far Cry. It's not Far Cry.
Just Cause?
Just Cause.
Oh, Just Cause. Yeah, yeah.
Has that already come out this year, or is that coming out?
I think it is this year. I don't know if it's out yet though.
Year.
Okay, because I saw some gameplay
This
for that.
yeah, 2018 calendar year.
Okay, well I want to include it. So
I know we keep saying this year, but this is gonna be 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2018.
if it was, I would probably have it on my list.
We're like 1 month shy.
Okay.
Just Cause 4, Just Cause 2 was fine. I played that one. It's just like craziness. Tethering things together. It was just fucking like the best thing ever.
Only about 3 games on my list do I really know a decent amount about, but there's some. So I'll start with the last one. I don't even know if this is for sure coming out next year. It's a Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that was almost.
That looks interesting.
It looks like it could be.
No idea what it's gonna be.
Well, you know what? Lewis and I were always ones. We really liked the
BioWare, which started with Jade Empire, right? KOTOR.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
what
Republic,
was the one that we played on the 360, or you played it on?
I played
There was
Unleashed?
a Star Wars,
Unleashed,
Unleashed, which was fun.
Oh, I love Unleashed.
I liked
First
on the
one,
original
yeah,
on the
first
original Xbox. There was a Jedi Knight Academy kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was
I heard of that. Never played it.
So I'm really hopeful for what they can maybe do with a Jedi game.
One thing that I'm a little worried about is the fact that EA has the license and nobody else can do Star Wars stuff.
So all the like microtransactions and
yeah, they kind of botched Battlefront.
But I had no Battlefront. I played the demo even. I didn't like it. You know, it was weird.
I bought the first game and I played it and it was okay. It wasn't the greatest.
So we'll see. I mean, like this looks more along the lines of the Star Wars games that I've actually liked in the past. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I had the original Battlefronts, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
My number 4, I actually just looked this up today. So it's called Skull and Bones.
Oh, okay.
I think I brought that up like last year.
Oh, maybe it's
The
Ubisoft.
pirate, yeah.
It's basically. I really wanted to play Sea of Thieves this year, but it was an Xbox only exclusive.
Well, Skull and Bones is
and this is supposed to be
basically
like
the Assassin's
Sea of Thieves meets the style though of Assassin's Creed or Black Flag.
Black Flag. Yeah.
So that could actually be good because I mean the one thing about Sea of Thieves I thought, well, this looks a little kiddie, but I think it's an interactive one again, playing
The
together.
thing about that is I don't know if there's like any like
Story
on the story or if there's like any on the ground.
But I love
on land.
pirates. I love pirates.
It's if it's just like ship to ship.
No, I guarantee there's going to be like you have to. If it's
Stuff
going to be
on
like Sea of Thieves, you have to like
You think
find
somebody
islands.
actually like jump, like go to island to island and do some.
Yeah.
I just hope
That would be cool. I would actually be interested.
I just hope it's not lazy. Like they just took like the Assassin's Creed.
I just hope it's not
formula.
repetitive.
Yeah,
too. You know, the same thing on every island.
I hope they didn't take the Assassin's Creed Black Flag formula, cut out like anything like Assassins related.
That's what it seems
and then
like.
you're just on a
But
ship.
here's how fun. I mean, if it's going to be interactive, how fun would it be to play a pirate game where
Like,
you and your buddies are running a ship and
Like,
you're
do
a crew
you play
and
as like a
somebody's
singular
awesome.
character?
so somebody's running the thing and somebody's running the guns?
That would be so cool. You create like a pirate character.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
do that. Like if what I've read, it's Sea of Thieves meets Blackflag.
That would
In
be
Sea
cool.
of Thieves, you make your own pirate, you dress
Yeah.
them up however.
If it was like a non-cartoony,
you go on like
Sea of
quests to
Thieves,
try and
that'd
find
be pretty
treasure.
fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That'd be pretty
I'm
sweet.
excited for that. If that's what it
That's
is.
like that's an MMO then, right?
Almost,
is,
yeah.
yeah.
Number 3, I'll probably never get to play this game because I don't own the system it's coming out on, but the remake of Battletoads, I'm really excited
Xbox
for.
only.
Xbox only.
They own Rare and
So-
they have
See, I just wonder, because they say Xbox only, but sometimes it also means Xbox
and PC.
PC.
If you're a PC,
Not all
gamer.
games,
But I don't know.
I
I
know
know
you
I'm a
don't,
PS4
yeah.
console gamer, so
Yeah.
I mean, I would really like to play it just the nostalgia.
I want to see more of it.
I
Yeah.
think it's been a long overdue, so not too much to say other than that.
Yeah, I want to see if it's going to be 2D, 3D, if it's going to be like
Yeah.
a continuation of what they had before, or something
maybe like a
brand
3D
new.
side scroller somehow.
I
or,
assumed
you
it
know,
would be like a 2D, but with like modern gen graphics. But now that you bring it up, like
Yeah.
fuck,
maybe to be a
a
platformer.
3D would be awesome. I
I
think.
think it would be too.
Kinda
I never even thought of it.
like a Mario World style platformer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine the whole sequence when you're like swinging on bells, and they're gonna have that, and that'll probably be pretty intense. My number 2, Anthem. We've talked it to death.
Number 2.
Yeah. Well, I like Last of Us a lot.
It was
right?
been
So-
I like it too, but
Yeah. So Anthem's number 2, and then Last of Us 2, number 1. The only reason there's several reasons. One, Last of Us, I think, is obviously gonna have a better story. Last of Us 2 will have a better story.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing about it is, like I said, love BioWare, but their games have always been about story for me.
yeah.
So Anthem looks like it's gonna be kind of the first one where it's not as
Yeah.
story focused,
Yeah.
and so then it becomes your
Is the
your
gameplay
gameplay there.
Yeah.
And the last big BioWare release, the gameplay
Andromeda.
was the weak
And
spot of it. So.
Has BioWare ever made a multiplayer game?
Yeah, they
did
did.
they-
Yeah, like Mass Effect had multiplayer.
Well, they always
portions
had
of it.
multiplayer as
but not-
secondary. Was the Old Republic? They made a like.
Oh yeah, they did
KOTOR.
like a
Okay.
computer online.
Was that
thing.
them though? I'm just.
I don't know.
I'm just
100%
wondering,
sure.
like, what's their history with like the multiplayer? Like,
Who knows?
I never really played.
is this kind of
multiplayer.
uncharted territory for them?
Yeah.
Or-
To me,
We'll see.
Mass Effect was a single player. That was the story. I never went to multiplayer on it.
Long story short, I just have more questions about Anthem than I do Last of Us 2, so that's why it's my.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like you know what you're getting with Last of Us 2 because it's a sequel of a game that already exists.
Yeah.
Anthem is something completely new. So
Yeah.
You know, listening to our top 5 list, I'm actually kind of excited. I think there's some games that I didn't even think about coming out. So.
I think we're gonna be all be playing Anthem next year for a lot of it. So
Oh, actually, no, fuck that. We're gonna be Red Dead Redemption 2 online.
yeah, we
probably
will.
still be, yeah.
I think you mentioned the one and only honorable mention I might have had. I can't remember.
I think
Ghost
I
of
have
Tsushima.
a couple on
That was the
this.
only one. If you guys have,
I did. Well, Fallen Order, Jedi: The Fallen Order was one of my honorables.
I guess that is too. I haven't seen anything
Another
from it. though.
honorable is because people are so hyped about it. I myself don't really know anything about it, but it's from the guys that made The Witcher, Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh,
I saw some
hasn't
of it.
that been supposed to be coming out for years though?
Yeah.
Yes, but they finally showed, I think, some gameplay of this 2018, I should say.
Yeah.
And people are so excited for it. I don't know why, but I'm gonna keep my eye on it. That's what
That's one of those
From
you kind of go by the hype because there's so little known about. the
Yeah.
game.
Have you seen it though?
No, I haven't seen anything. I just heard about Cyberpunk.
I was gonna say watching. I was like, okay. And Deus Ex has been doing this for the last 2 years. That was
Yeah.
my take on it.
But
so
I think it's
I'm
because
not
from the
excited.
guys that did The Witcher, and The Witcher is so well regarded in the gaming universe. Everybody
Yeah.
loves The Witcher series. I think that's why people are excited for it, because same guys, and they're like doing, instead of it being like folklore in the past, now it's in the future, so it's
yeah.
like completely different.
I had. Oh, sorry.
That was it for me.
Okay, I thought you might have more.
That was
I just had Days Gone is on my honorable mentions just because you guys have been talking it up so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but another harken back to a re-release of one of the games of my youth, even though I didn't own the system. Toe Jam and Earl, they're coming out with a new one.
I didn't hear that.
Really?
Yeah, they're coming out with a new Toe Jam
I
and Earl.
knew, not like,
No clue what system it'll be
Because
on.
the first and second Toe Jam games were so
even
different
made
from each
that?
other.
I'll look it up while that.
Like,
while
who even
that-
made
Oh,
that?
I don't know how much time we're gonna have.
No. I thought you were gonna do an honorable mention.
There's
You know
a
what?
big enough
I do have
audience
one
for
now.
that.
Now that you brought that up, it reminds me. Streets of Rage 4.
I'm surprised you didn't have that on
I
your list.
just thought of it. Well, I think
Yeah.
when I made this list originally, that wasn't even announced yet.
Because I knew you were excited for Streets of Rage.
Big into Streets of Rage. I had Genesis growing up. I had Streets of Rage 1 through 3.
Yeah.
And I loved all those games. And I didn't think of it when I bought this 360 recently, but they have like a collection on Xbox of that. So I bought all those, and I want to play those. Fucking, I love that series.
I stand corrected, so it actually looks like it's coming out this year, and it was like a Kickstarter-backed Steam game, basically. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a Steam game. Well, another one of those you're excited about you can't play.
Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe I'll just get an Xbox One only for Battletoads.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So that was our 2019 most anticipated games. What are your most anticipated games of the year? Leave them below in the comments. Like this video if you did like it. Subscribe if you do like us that much.
And make sure you ring that bell so you know when we post new videos.
Ding.
I hate when they say that now. It's like, ring the bell. Like, I don't fucking care.
Right below.
Where can we find everyone at on social media?
Twitch, Twitter, PSN, that's CountryBoy_9.
Twitch as the LewisLightning, Xbox as LewisLightning1.
Twitch, Twitter, PSN is MussKeg, and if you want to talk on MSN Messenger, go old school. I'm not on it anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore. MSN.
I hope I was the master of MSN.
Oh, I would
never pick up a girl in person, but over MSN Messenger.
I talked to everybody on MSN Messenger. So smooth.
You know what was the greatest thing?
It really screwed up my fucking first year university, but.
So anyways, you can catch us all this year playing Red Dead 2 multiplayer, playing Anthem. You know what? There's gonna be probably a lull because next year, me and CountryBoy agree, kind of lax on games.
Watch us playing some other games too that we're gonna be putting on here. Like
we're
playing some Mario Party. We're playing some speedrunners.
Mario Party, speedrunners, wrestling. Yeah. Check out the channel. We play our YouTube channel.
We're everywhere.
Our Twitch channel.
We're everywhere. We're on LinkedIn.
Wasted Opinions.
We're on
YouTube.
LinkedIn. If you need a job, you can work with us here.
We're on MySpace.
See you in the coming year.
Your space.